There's a whole storm brewing around Rachel Zegler's latest film, and it's way messier than anyone expected. What was hyped up as her big comeback has turned into a total disaster. The movie didn't just get delayed, it straight up got shut down. Production halted completely, and the studio's out here blaming it on scheduling conflicts. But insiders? They're telling a much juicier story. According to folks close to the set, things were going off the rails long before the cameras stopped rolling. And no, it wasn't money problems or broken equipment. The real issue? Rachel herself. Word is her attitude on set had people shaking their heads. Crew members are saying she came in with some major diva energy, cold stares, constant sighs, and one explosive blow-up that left the whole crew stunned. After that, the director had no choice but to slam the brakes on the whole project. It didn't all explode at once. It built up slowly. People noticed the signs. Showing up late, sipping coffee like it's a red carpet event, barely engaging during rehearsals. One lighting tech even said, "It felt like she thought she was too good for us, like we were lucky to have her around." That vibe didn't just stay in the background. It snowballed. Then came the script drama. Rachel allegedly started pushing for big rewrites, even though the script was already locked in. Sources say she wanted her role to match her image more than serve the story. And the final straw? During a regular feedback session, the director gave her some light direction, and boom, tension exploded. That's when it all came crashing down. What was supposed to be a chill conversation about timing and delivery turned into pure chaos. Eyewitnesses say Rachel totally lost it, yelling at the director, accusing him of trying to tear down her talent, then storming off the set still fully in costume. Cameras were rolling, extras stood there frozen, and just like that, the whole vibe on set flipped. That meltdown? It marked the beginning of the end. The fallout came fast, and it hit everyone. One actor flat out refused to shoot any scenes with her unless a mediator was present. The makeup crew? They started swapping shifts just to dodge her trailer. One assistant didn't sugarcoat it, calling the whole situation toxic, and said Rachel turned the entire set into a walking PR crisis. But here's the wild part. While all this was going down, Rachel was reportedly walking around claiming she was the victim, telling folks she was being targeted and disrespected, like she was the one under attack. And honestly, this whole thing sounds way too familiar. It's not the first time Rachel's been in hot water. Remember the backlash from her comments about Snow White? Yeah, people haven't forgotten. This project was supposed to be her comeback, her chance to flip the script. But now, the story's not about the movie. It's about her being too hard to handle. Same pattern, different set, pushing rewrites, clashing with direction, and somehow becoming the headline instead of the performance. The internet did not hold back. As soon as news hit, social media lit up. Memes everywhere, Reddit blew up with wild threads, and one brutal post nailed the vibe. "She's not unlucky, she's just unlikable." This ain't just Hollywood gossip anymore. This could wreck her career. And let's be real, this wasn't some low-budget side project. This was a big-league, studio-backed film meant to fix the mess from her past PR nightmares. When a production this major gets shut down and your name's in the middle of the storm, the industry starts paying real attention. Studios, agents, casting directors, they're all watching, and they're taking notes. One entertainment lawyer straight up said, "Nobody wants to insure a lead who's got a meltdown on record." That's the kind of comment that makes your phone stop ringing. Behind the scenes, sources say Rachel's in panic mode, calling in old favors, trying to charm publicists, even reaching out to journalists she's beefed with before. Meanwhile, even her own fans are split. Some say she's getting unfair heat from the media, but others are done defending her, saying, enough is enough. The worst part? This wasn't even her film. She wasn't the star or the mastermind. She was cast to support someone else's vision. But now, she's hijacked the spotlight again. And not in a good way. Every headline is about her. And not for the performance, but for the drama. And the more she plays the victim, the more people just roll their eyes and tune out. What's really chilling? The silence. Nobody from Hollywood has stepped up to back her. No co-stars speaking out. No past directors showing support. Nothing. That kind of quiet says everything. What's even louder than the drama? The silence. And not just any silence, a cold, calculated one that's way too obvious to ignore. No, she's great to work with tweets. No vague Instagram stories with heart emojis, nothing. Not even the usual fake Hollywood fluff. People who used to name-drop Rachel on red carpets, now they've vanished like they never knew her. When reporters asked a few A-listers, ones who've shared screen time with her, they dodged the topic like it was on fire. One mumbled something vague and dipped. Another changed the subject mid-question. The vibe? Clear as day. I want nothing to do with this. But what really sealed it was the studio's official response, or lack of one. No strong defense, no support for their lead actress, just cold PR jargon about production shifts and creative direction. That's Hollywood code for we're done here. And it's already making waves. One up-and-coming actress who was supposed to work with Rachel on a future project? She bailed, citing creative differences. Translation: she saw the headlines and said, "I'm out." Some actors are even telling their reps not to book them on anything Rachel's attached to. And journalists who once hyped her up? Now they're digging up old interviews, and those funny quotes from the past are being reread as entitled and out of touch. After keeping quiet for a bit, Rachel finally spoke up. But wow, not the way you'd expect. No calm statement, no thoughtful response. Instead, she went live on Instagram, rocking a hoodie, throwing shade with sarcasm and eye rolls. She said stuff like, "Everyone's ignoring my phone calls. Whatever. It's chill. I don't even care." Viewers weren't impressed. Most weren't feeling it at all. That rant, it just made everything worse. People were straight up stunned. Comments came pouring in, calling her out for mocking the situation and acting like she was the one being attacked. But Rachel didn't pump the brakes. She doubled down. Right in the middle of her live rant, she casually dropped that she'd be on a talk show that night, smirking like she was about to spill more drama. It came off like a warning shot aimed straight at the production team. Then, just when folks thought she might cool off, she jumped over to TikTok, posting snarky clips where she joked about her double role in the movie. "There's two of me. Double the trouble, am I right?" she said, grinning like it was all just a game. The timing? Couldn't have been worse. With all the rumors swirling about her being the main source of chaos on set, even her most loyal fans were side-eyeing her. One fan's comment hit hard. "I want to like her, but she makes it so hard." And here's the kicker. Sources say this whole social media meltdown happened against her team's advice. Her reps had a full apology and PR plan ready to go, hoping to calm the fire. But Rachel allegedly shot it down, saying she was done playing nice. That move might cost her big time. Insiders say the studio's legal team jumped in right after her posts went live. They're now reviewing whether she broke her contract, specifically the confidentiality and non-disparagement clauses. And it's getting serious. The studio's reportedly gathering receipts, timestamps, messages, interviews with cast and crew. One assistant even told them she felt genuinely unsafe during a rehearsal where Rachel screamed during a blocked scene. This isn't just about bad press anymore. This could turn into a legal mess. Rachel's own legal team reportedly told her to zip it, go quiet, lay low. But by then, the damage was already done. Online hashtags like number replace Ziegler started trending fast. Fans began dropping edited clips, replacing her with other actresses. Brutal. And while all this played out loud online, the studio kept totally silent, which usually screams one thing: legal talks happening behind the scenes. One source close to the executive producer said it straight. This is now a containment situation. It's not about wrapping up a movie anymore. It's about making sure this mess doesn't bankrupt everyone involved. And here's the scary part. Insurance companies can straight up refuse to cover losses if the lead causes chaos. Rachel's blow-ups? They could be worth millions in damage. Whispers in the halls say the studio's already working on a legal exit plan, a separation clause that would let them drop Rachel without scrapping the whole project. Basically, a rescue mission to save the movie without hitting reset. But the fallout keeps spreading. PR teams from multiple agencies have flagged her as high risk. Talent managers are warning clients, don't take pics with her, don't even stand next to her. A major brand that had her locked in for a big campaign? They erased her from everything. No announcement, no apology, just gone. And now, this isn't just about Rachel anymore. Her situation has kicked off bigger convos in Hollywood, especially about young stars with huge online followings and zero filter. One insider didn't hold back. She's a walking HR risk. The red flags were there from day one. We just ignored them because the hype was loud. What started as one star's meltdown has now become a full-on industry warning. A messy reminder of what happens when the spotlight burns too hot and no one pulls the plug. Now, Rachel's meltdown isn't just shaking up her career, it's forcing studios to rethink how they deal with young, outspoken talent across the board. One casting director, speaking off the record to a trade mag, said Rachel's mess actually set progress back for young actresses who were trying to use their platforms to speak out in smart, responsible ways. She made activism look bratty, the source said, and that line hit hard. The ripple effect is already here. Studios are now slipping new behavioral clauses into contracts, especially for actors under 30 who've got big social media clout. The message is clear. Say what you want, sure. But if your drama starts dragging us down, it's a wrap. No more wild Instagram live rants. No more red carpet soundbites stealing attention from the actual project. Keep it tight or get out of the way. Rachel tried to brand herself as authentic, raw, real, unfiltered. But to the execs, that's now seen as a problem, not a perk. What was once marketed as edgy and bold is now a straight-up liability. And it's not just her under the microscope. Word is, other Gen Z stars are getting reevaluated too. Behind closed doors, there's a deep dive going on. Past interviews, old tweets, public behavior, all under review. Execs are asking the real questions now. Can this person handle press without creating chaos? And will they keep the behind-the-scenes drama off social media? Looks like Rachel's firestorm just lit up a whole new rule book in Hollywood. Sure, Rachel might pop up again someday, maybe land a small role, maybe sit down for a tear-filled interview about growth and lessons learned. But let's keep it real. The industry's already moved on. Her name might still sneak into headlines, but the spotlight? That's already found someone new. That buzzy rom-com she was booked for. The one with the A-list cast? Word is, they're already recasting her part. The public excuse will probably be scheduling conflicts, but insiders know what's really going down. It's the studio's quiet way of cutting her loose without stirring up more mess. No press blasts, no drama, just a clean exit, with her name quietly disappearing from the call sheet. This whole saga shines a harsh light on the modern fame game. How social media, clout, and unchecked access to millions can flip the script fast. In today's world, stars don't rely on PR teams the way they used to. But Rachel's crash and burn shows how dangerous that freedom can be. One messy rant, one misstep, and years of career building go up in smoke. Hollywood's watching and changing. Execs are rewriting how they deal with young talent, putting new rules in place, trying to avoid the next meltdown before it happens. Rachel's story is now a case study, how not to let the spotlight blind you. So the real question is, can Rachel Zegler actually make a comeback, or has the door already been shut, and she just hasn't noticed yet? One thing's for sure, her story already made an impact, and the fallout is gonna shape how the next generation of stars gets treated in this new, no-filter era.